Now we're going to learn about how to use tables in Word. Now the draft that we inserted into our proposal has this table in it. I'm going to go ahead and just scroll up a little bit to see this table. But the table's not very fancy. It doesn't have a lot going on. It doesn't stand out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this title a little better. So we're going to go ahead and select the title here. I'm going to move into our little mini toolbar. We're going to make it bold. And then we're also going to apply the color that we've been using, the pink accent to 25%. There we go. We add the color to it. It starts to look a little nicer. Now what we see here is we have a column that we don't need, so our next step is to delete that column. So if you put your mouse right above the column there, you can see that down arrow. Click when you have that down arrow and you'll select the entire column. Now to delete it, right click anywhere in the selected column and select delete columns from the menu that comes up. And you can see that gets rid of our column. We are on page Word 263. I don't think I mentioned that. Now we're moving on to 264. After deleting our column, we're going to want to add another row to our table. We want to have a total of these amounts in our row. So select any one of these cells, select anywhere in the bottom row, and let's go to the Layout tab here at the top. And what we want to do is click the Insert below, and it will insert a row in there for us, as you can see there. Go ahead and click this cell and type in total. This is our total row. Now we could grab our calculators and add up all these totals here, but there's a faster way to do it. You can just click in the cell that you want the total for. You can see this formula, still on the Layout tab, the Formula button. Click that and we can do a number of different formulas. By default it's going to sum all of the rows above it, or all of the cells above it. That's what we want. So go ahead and hit OK, and it does the math for us. If you hit Tab, you'll move over to the next cell, and we can do it again. Formula, OK, Tab, whoops, let's click back in here, I mishit my mouse. Formula, and OK, and there's our sums or our totals for each of those different charitable organizations. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply a style, a table style to this table. The way we're going to do that is as you're on your table here, you can see this little plus sign here. Go ahead and get over that and click on it. That'll select your whole table. Now let's go to the design view, and here's some styles that we can add to our table. But we want to choose something a little more fancy. It's got a little more going on. Make sure that your header row, your total row, and your first column are checked here on the Design tab. You don't need any of the other ones checked. But we're going to go here to the More for the different table styles. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to use this one right here. It's called Colorful List. It's near the bottom on the left. So go ahead and select that. And you can see now our table has a little bit more going on to it. Next thing we want to do is center our table. With our table still selected, let's go to the Home tab and just click on the Center button. There we go. We've centered the table now. Now it's time to add a border. Let's go back to the Design tab, and you may have this still at 6 point. I'll put mine there to kind of match what you're probably seeing. Let's go ahead and take this, change it to 1 point font, or not font, excuse me, 1 point, and now our borders are going to be 1 point. If you click on borders arrow here to get the drop down, you can see before we went to borders and shading, now we have a pretty simple border. We're just going to put an outside border around it. So go ahead and click on outside border, and now you have your border for your table. The last thing we're going to do is align some of the data in our cells. To do that, we just click on these numbers, and then on the Layout tab we select Align Top Right.